Okay guys, I'm just going to let this load up quickly. Hopefully everyone can hear me. So basically this is the first live we've done in the lab so far, so we're going to be doing quite a lot of these, and I just want to start. I've got some questions that you guys have been asking that I'm going to answer. If you can hear me and see me, just type a 1 or something in the comments, just say hey. It'd be great to know that my audio and video is okay before I jump into a little bit of an introduction and then answer your questions or any questions that you have here as well. But anyone watching this, yeah, if you could just put a yes or a 1 or something in the chat on here, that would be awesome, just so I know that you can hear me. Cool, so I can see there's people watching. So if you could just add a 1 or a yes or something in the comments to make sure you can hear me, that'd be really useful. Cool. Okay, so basically I'm just going to first and foremost introduce us, landing page guys, for those of you who don't know us, say a little bit more about the lab and what it's all about. And following that, I'm going to get into the Ask Me Anything questions. So over the last 24 hours, I asked anyone in the lab to ask us any questions about conversion rates, landing pages, and we're just going to hopefully add some value and answer those questions shortly. First and foremost, a little intro into us. We've had nearly 700 people in the last kind of 2 weeks join the lab, and I don't expect any of you, if some of you, to know who we are and what we do. But my name's Oliver. I represent co-founder of the Landing Page Guys. We are a design and development agency based in the UK. We focus solely on landing pages, conversion rates, CRO, basically anything that's built to convert. It's quite cliche, but I always say it. Any website and design development agency can make your project look pretty or look good. What we focus on is making them convert. So we deal mainly with clients who use paid media, paid traffic, where every kind of click counts because every click costs. So every kind of page has to convert. We are a team of 30 plus. We have 8 internal in the UK office, and then we have an amazing, talented team all around the world in operations and team handle, and we're growing rapidly. We currently do between 50 and 100 landing pages, websites, projects per month. And that's, a little bit about us. So if you want to know a little bit more about us, don't hesitate to get in touch with me, comment below, or go to landingpageguys.com. But I'm going to speak a little bit now on the lab. So obviously it's awesome that you're watching this video. You're obviously inside the lab, landing page lab that we started, like I said, a couple of weeks ago. There's already 700 plus members. And the reason we created the lab is we wanted it to be the go-to place for everything CRO. So everything conversion rate optimization, whether that's landing pages, funnels, ads, it doesn't matter. We just needed it to be a middle ground where you can openly discuss, serve people first, gather help, and get tips and tricks to boost your conversion rates. So that's the whole point of this lab. We want it to be an open middle ground for everyone to basically discuss and help each other boost and get better conversion rates. Whether you're a novice or you're a pro sending millions of pounds worth of traffic per month, it doesn't matter. There's no question too small. We're here to help. It's not going to cost you anything, and that's what the lab was designed for. So that's why over the last 24 hours I've been asking you guys to ask me anything based on conversion rate optimization and landing pages. And like I say, it really doesn't matter. There's no question too big or too small. Make sure you say hello, by the way, if you're watching this video. It'd be great to engage and interact with some of you. Good to see some of the lads here from the LPG team as well. So let's get into the questions. One thing to mention before we get into the questions is the lab is yours. So if you're watching this and thinking, I'm the only one who's posted in the lab so far, that's not out of choice. I want to encourage everyone to engage in the lab. If you have any questions, any examples, case studies, any hey Bez, how's it going, mate? Anything you want to share, get your advice on. If you want feedback on a landing page, it doesn't even matter if it's designed by us. This isn't about landing page guys. This is about you. This is about your projects, your funnels, your pages, and how we can add some value to you for free in the lab, and how other members can. You know, that we're not going to pretend that we know everything. There's also a lot of good people in this group that can help you as well. So don't feel shy, get in the lab, post your questions, post your examples, post your pages, but let's get into some of these questions right now. So Christopher asked, hey Greg, how's it going, mate? So Christopher asked, like I said, if you come in late, make sure you say hello, and feel free to ask your questions as well. Torquil, great to see you, my friend. Looking forward to hopefully working with you very, very soon. So Christopher asks, what button colors have you seen convert the most? Now, as always, the one thing about CRO and landing pages is you can never guarantee that something's going to work. And that might sound funny from someone who runs a CRO company, but it's black and white. You have to test these things. Now, if you're asking me what colors have been converting best recently, we have seen golds and greens do very, very well. In fact, golds took us by surprise. So gold buttons on any CTR, but mainly product pages, sales pages have been working really, really well. So definitely look at gold buttons, but one thing you need to do is split test. So whether you're using Optimizely or VWO, a great split testing tool is VWO.com. It's such a fantastic tool. It will allow you to split test the colors of buttons and see which one converts best. If you need an intro to VWA, by the way, we've got like a VIP entrance kind of special membership with them, so let me know. But ultimately, it comes down to testing. One thing I will mention about buttons is making sure that they stand out. So we see a lot of clients send us example landing pages, and they'll have a style guide. Forgive me, I've got a bit of a croaky voice at the moment. They have a style guide, and their buttons will be the same as kind of all the rest of the page, if that makes sense. So their logo will be a certain color, the button will be the same color. And they'll almost blend in too much. You need to make them stand out. They should almost be your secondary color so that they stand out from that first primary color. Another great thing about buttons that you may have picked up on a previous video or something else that we've dropped in the group this week is that emojis are working. Sounds mad, but this is the generation we live in. So be sure to split test adding emojis to your buttons. Things like the pointing finger works very well. Add to cart with a cart button works very well. Shop now with a shopping trolley works really well. So buttons, colors, as far as colors, split test them, test different ones. Gold and green have worked best for us recently, but what I would say is make them stand out and definitely try those emojis. Look into VWO as well. So hopefully that answers that. John has asked, quite a long question here. Do you see major CTR conversion differences in customizing checkout pages by using testimonials or confidence badges, or do you think that simplicity is best? It's a great question. And one we face a lot, because a lot of our clients, obviously you're talking about e-com when it comes to checkouts. By the way, if you're watching this video, give me a hi, put a 1 in the chat. It's great to engage with you guys. But as far as checkout pages, the issue is that a lot of our customers, a lot of people who are watching this video and a lot of people in this group are running stuff on Shopify. Now, Shopify is great. It's brilliant for scaling. You can be up and running in no time. It's really, really good. However, the issue with Shopify is that you don't have full control over your checkout page. Whereas when you use something like WooCommerce, Limelight, or Connective, shout out to Adam, then you have full control over the design. So that's when you can actually take full advantage of these kind of things like trust seals, payment seals, testimonials. And what I would say, to give you a very kind of, again, I don't want to say split test because you should be testing these things with or without, but what I would say is that we personally have seen increases in conversion rates when you utilize real, authentic trust seals. So you've mentioned in your question, you said confidence badges. We call them trust seals, same thing. What you're talking about is things like payment seals. So if you're accepting PayPal, MasterCard, Visa, American Express, put the logos of those companies by your buy buttons on your checkout. And that will definitely help increase conversion, because what it does, it gets into consumers' mind. It allows them to feel trusted. You know, they recognize that brand. They recognize that there's a trusted company. So I would definitely recommend adding these kind of seals or split testing it. Another thing you said is testimonials. Now, testimonials are crucial on your landing pages, on your sales pages. I would never have like a buy button without a testimonial within the fold by that button. But on your checkout pages, it's not 100% necessary. Again, that would be something I would split test, removing them plus having them. You almost want to keep it simple, stupid, follow that methodology. But the payment and the trust seals are vital, I personally feel, and we've seen that from results. So that's what I would definitely have. I mean, a testimonial, add it, see if it has an effect, maybe run it for 10,000 hits and run it without and see if it has an effect. If you're, again, using something like WooCommerce or Limelight or Connective and you have full control over the look and feel of your checkout, then it's a lot easier to get these things in. But when it comes to Shopify, it looks almost templated and quite clunky when you start adding these testimonials and stuff. When it comes to trust badges or trust seals, then yes, definitely add them in. Add in your payment icons. So MasterCard, Visa, PayPal, American Express, whatever you accept, authorized.net, have them supporting your checkout. And then any money back guarantees you offer. Don't use things like the kind of old, I don't know if you guys watching were familiar with like JVZoo or WSOs, where they have the real kind of like cheesy money back guarantee seals. Don't use them. Make them look authentic. Make them, you want them to stand out, but you want them to almost fit in with your checkout. So I would, obviously, because you don't have that control on Shopify, make them look almost like the kind of default style guide of the Shopify checkout, so that they don't look out of place, they don't look spammy, they just fit in authentically with your checkout. So hopefully that's answered that. John Miguel has asked, how important, by the way, hi guys, everyone joining, Akshay, good to see you here, mate. So John has said, how important, and keep asking questions, by the way, I hope I'll get time to get onto some more after I've answered the ones that are preloaded up. If you're watching now and you have a question, just add it, or if you're watching, say hi. How important is a CTA above the fold on product pages? So a CTA obviously stands for call to action. When you're talking about product pages, you're talking about an add to cart or a buy now button. And I would say it's incredibly important. There is no landing page we would have in any niche, any vertical, any type, e-com, lead gen, advertorial, whatever you want to associate with this. There was never a case where we wouldn't have a CTA above the fold. So I think that's kind of a very straightforward question to answer, especially on your product page. What we would do, obviously real estate is quite hard to come by on mobile, especially on product pages. So what we do on mobile is we fix a CTA to the bottom of the fold. So let me just lock my phone. So if you imagine this is your website, nice reflection. What you would do is you would fix a button on mobile, very small, but fix a button on mobile to the bottom of your scroll. So whenever you're scrolling, there's a button that your thumb automatically hits. That will really increase your CTA. But 100%, yes, we see real importance on adding a call to action above the fold. Guys, I'm just checking in who's here. Good to see all of you joining. Make sure you say hello in the chat and ask any questions. So we'll keep running through these questions. I'm going to leave this in the group as well. So don't worry, it's gonna be here if you need to answer stuff. But if you're joining now, please say hello. It'd be great to see who's on this live. Okay, so Max, again, another quite long question. So here's a question I've asked several people, and I always get a different answer. Do you link back to the main site from the logo on your landing page, or have no link at all, or something else? Because if a user clicks on the logo, it implies that they want more information and that they aren't getting from the page, But by letting them click back to the main site, you obviously lose people and they could have stayed on that page and end up converting. So again, very simple answer. If people are trying to click your logo or click away from the page, then your page isn't good enough. You need to make sure that you have enough information in the right order and to the point enough, and that's finding the balance. And that's maybe where this isn't a sales video at all, but maybe where you need to hire someone who's experienced in doing this, but you need to make sure that everything that person needs on the page. We don't have any traffic leaks on any of our pages, okay? So every page we do, and again, I'm pretty sure you're talking about e-com because you're talking about add to carts. Any e-com sales landers we do, there's zero traffic distractions. So we don't have any Facebook links. We have no social media links. Even if you've got a million people on a Facebook page, and that's good authenticity and trust for your product, I would put it in as an image. I wouldn't have it as a widget. I wouldn't have it click through to Facebook, because you don't want people getting distracted. Now, moving back to the logo, no, 100% not. In fact, I would just probably have it add to cart, or would not even have it click. But you don't want anyone going anywhere else apart from that sales page. And on that, as I said, if people are clicking away, your sales page isn't doing a strong enough job. Now, how do we do a strong enough job? There's a lot of science behind it, and that's why we say that website design is an art and landing page design is a science. But one quick tip I'll give you is following the AIDA principle. So you've probably all heard of it. If you've heard of the AIDA principle, say yes in the comments. So if you've heard of the AIDA principle, say yes in the comments. If you haven't, say no. I'd be interested to see who has and who hasn't. But this is a kind of crucial thing when it comes to serving enough information on the page that your user doesn't have to click away or go elsewhere to get that information. Now, how do we do it? Above the fold, attention. So it stands for attention, interest, desire, action. Above the fold, we need to get their attention. How do we do that? We have a very clear headline and a supporting description. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about copy and layout and stuff like that. We will cover this in this group. That's exactly what this group's for, and I can't wait to share all this with you. But this is all about asking your individual questions. By the way, if you have questions, please drop them. Bez said yes, Ada. Greg said yes to Ada. So having that clear headline, supporting headline, and call to action, of course, testimonial and any trust sales above the fold. Then this next section is interest. We pique their interest. How do we do that? We show them exactly how our product benefits them and changes their lives and easily does it. So how easy it is for them to buy our product and how it benefits them. Not the features. We're not talking about features here. We're talking about how it's going to benefit that user and that consumer. Okay, once we've done that, we then go to desire, which is paramount and crucial these days, which is testimonials, case studies, before and afters, social proof, and basically just showing other users using their product and it changing their lives, because we've piqued their interest already. We now want to show people, oh look, it's someone else who's doing it, someone else who's just like me has bought this product and it's changing their lives. And then last but not least, action, the clearest call to action we can give them. How can they quickly get to this, to buy this product? So when you talk about people clicking away from your product, if you have enough information in the right order and the right amount, then they shouldn't want to go elsewhere. If they do obviously go elsewhere, that's where you retarget them, send them back to a different page. Hopefully that's answered that. Simon Phillips said, could you talk, by the way, Simon, if you're watching this and if you're watching the replay, love that intro today that you did in the lab. If anyone hasn't read Simon's intro, make sure you go and find it. It was inspiring, really, really cool. Seems like a really honest and cool guy. So could you walk through what the most influence price for a landing page? Not sure that makes sense. Is there a way to create a landing page formula? Realistically, shouldn't there be, say, depending on the type? So if subscription, the best particular class of products, then you just overlay your specific content. So I think what you're talking about is there a template that you could use for any product within a kind of specific niche or price point? And the simple answer is actually yes. If you've kind of gone through this live and just heard me spoke about the AIDA principle, we have internally in our offices and in our company, and we will be releasing this for you guys, what's called as our internal blueprint, and it has a lot of points on there, but AIDA is one of the biggest points. But yes, there is a science behind building a page that converts. That's what we do day in, day out. That's what the team does, 50 to 100 projects per month for. But if you're doing a product in a similar kind of niche, so let's say, for example, you're selling phones and you're selling 10 different types of phones, but they're pretty much the same, then yes, you could 100% order one sales page that sells one phone and flip the phones out, the pictures out, the text that supports the pictures, because it's more about the principles that go into that landing page behind the scenes rather than the landing page itself. So yes, absolutely. If you follow these principles that we're going to hopefully educate you on within this group, within this video, within any questions that you have to ask us, then one page plus variations of those pages are definitely doable. So that's what we do for a lot of companies. If you're interested, you mentioned prices, and if you can do it, yes. Greg, if you're still here, post in the comments, get in touch with Greg Hughes. He should be commenting, or he has commented on this video, or just email greg@landingpageguys.com. He can certainly help you with prices, but like I said, this video is not about selling, it's about educating and helping people. But we do this for other clients. We'll offer them one page, they'll pay for one, and then they'll pay a kind of smaller variation cost to switch products out. Okay, Dave Pierce is saying, does a sales page increase add to carts from your experience versus a product page? I've covered this already in the group. I posted a video from our YouTube channel that says stop wasting money on ecom by driving traffic to product pages. And we're slowly seeing people adopt this. We're seeing more people talk about it as we kind of educate and show case studies and stuff. And the simplest answer I can give is that you're going to see 9 times out of 10 far better results driving paid traffic to a sales page, a dedicated sales page, versus a product page. And there's lots of reasons. The main reason being, well, the main reasons being, and by the way, if you just joined us, make sure you comment, say hello, engage with the video, and ask any questions. But yeah, the main reason being is that you have full control over a sales page. So whereas a product page is in typically Shopify, 9 out of 10 of you probably be using Shopify, you don't have full control over that page. Whereas a sales page, and there's traffic distractions everywhere, people are clicking on Facebook widgets in your footer, people are then looking at their next door neighbor's cat and thinking, how did they get there 20 minutes later? But the main reason is when you build out a direct response, aggressive, dedicated sales page, you have full control over what's on that page. So you can follow these principles, and I don't want to repeat myself, but you can follow the AIDA that keep it simple. You can put as much social proof on there, trust, and you can really lay it out in a way that when it comes to paid media, paid traffic, you're not going to be losing clicks because people aren't going to get distracted. They're not going to go off. They're not going to start searching for other products on your store and then, you know, just forget about that, why they clicked that ad or why they wanted that product in the first place. So to build a very dedicated, aggressive sales page per product, you're going to see much better results in our opinion and our experience and our clients' experience than selling to a product page. So yeah, I would 100% advise creating sales pages over product pages for paid traffic. You need your product pages, you need your store for repeat clients, for customer care, service, authenticity, that kind of thing. But if you're doing paid media, go straight to a dedicated sales page. You can also pull those if you want outside of Shopify, which means you have full control over things like page speed, which is so important as well. A couple more questions here. Make sure you drop any questions in here as well. Talker, just read your question. I'll get to that one in a second. Sandy Parker, have you noticed any particular elements having large impact whilst split testing, multivariate testing? Okay, so when it comes to multivariate testing, the one thing that we advise, and we are going to be adding testing to our kind of capabilities here at LPG, but the one thing that we advise to clients, and as I said, we advise that they use VWO, Visual Website Optimizer. We can do an intro if you need us to. But the one major thing we advise there is when it comes to the multivariate testing, is start small. So people make a mistake that they get something like VWO Optimizer or Google Optimize, and they will instantly change the color of the button, they'll change the testimonial, they'll change the hero image, they'll change the price point, they'll change the layout, they'll do multivariate tests in one test. So they'll do 10 different tests, but if you imagine then you've got 10 different variations of those 10 tests, you then have 100 different split tests, and you drive your traffic and you don't get enough data. When it comes to multivariate testing, you need to start small. So start with just a simple thing like your button. Go ahead and create 10 different color variations of that button, and then see which one converts best, which one gets the highest CTR. Then layer it with something else. So do your button plus your call to action text. See which combination works best. Then go on to the next thing. So when it comes to split testing, you'll see far better results by not getting carried away, starting small, starting with a couple of elements, and then moving on. Last question from the group from earlier was Tyrone, who said he's seeing low conversions on lead gen, funnels, This is for solar. How can I improve? Right now, I just have a long form. Okay, so when it comes to lead gen, especially something like life insurance, funeral cover, remortgage, refi, home insurance, solar, anything where you have to ask a lot of questions, you're far better going multi-step. So you're far better starting with just one simple question that actually gets that consumer and that user into the mindset of answering something with maybe a yes or no button, or a zip code entrance for solar, for example, and then walking them through a funnel, a multi-step funnel where you have like 1 or 2 questions on each step, and then you have the details at the end where it's like, congratulations, we think you qualify, please enter your details now, and a specialist will get in touch. So the issue with lead gen is sometimes there's so many questions you have to ask to qualify as a lead, and often people just chuck them all on one long form, and it doesn't work that way. When it comes to long form questionnaires, they just don't work. So you need to look into multi-step, have it all above the fold. You can still follow the AIDA principle, but your first question should be above the fold, and then lead them through the funnel. So instead of having like 10 questions on one step, just build them into like maybe six steps, 5 questions, and then a form fill at the end with your personal details, because you've qualified, and an expert needs to get in touch with you. No obligation, no free consultation. Hopefully that's helped. So that comes to the end of the questions. Talker, let me have a quick look at your question. Do you suggest including a bundle upsell on the same? So I'll read this out so everyone can see if you're watching the video on repeat. Do you suggest including a bundle upsell on the same long form product page as the base product? At the moment, we include the CTA and link to another page for the bundle. We sell more bundles than the base product page that we send traffic to. So my only answer to that is that we believe in keep it simple, stupid. So if your bundles are making more money than your product, then focus on your bundle pages. Drive your traffic to your bundle pages, optimize your bundle pages, and go from there. We would never recommend, we would never recommend sending traffic to any sort of page with any traffic discussions, so any traffic distractions. So no navigation across the top that leads anywhere. Of course, you can have navigation that scrolls down to different sections, and no kind of bundles or cross sales on that page that you're sending traffic to. So if your bundles, like I say, are selling better, you maybe need to focus on creating a really nice bundle package and really nice bundle page. That obviously it's exactly the same, it just is a bundle instead of a single product, and kind of focus on driving traffic to that instead. So yeah, I wouldn't confuse the two personally. Now, you mentioned upsells. That's obviously a very good way of upselling them to a bundle. So I don't know if you split tested or tested having a single product on step 1 and then upselling, the other product or more of the same product, or there's so many things you can upsell. And anyone watching this is just a quick little thing. If you're doing e-com and you don't have an upsell because you think, oh, I only have one product, well, how can I upsell? That's rubbish. You need to do a one-click post-purchase upsell, which means it comes after the sale. So you do landing page, checkout, they then pay. Skip the cart, you don't need a cart. Landing page straight to checkout. Once they pay, you go to a one-click post-purchase upsell, and then confirmation. Now, what can you sell if you only have one product? Well, more of the same product, but there's also stuff you can do besides that. So what we've started to do, and what a lot of our clients do now, is if they don't want to sell more of the same product, they can just sell a VIP upsell. So it's a very simple support upsell. It's for $5, a minimal charge, that people probably forget or can't even bother to cancel. That just gets them expedited support, expedited customer service, maybe expedited shipping. It just makes them feel a little bit more special, and they have that on their one-click post-purchase upsell. It's nothing you have to physically send out. It's just a little tip box that people have to opt into, and use something like recharge for subscription on Shopify, and there's your upsell, and you'll make more money. No problem, Torquil. Great to have you on here. Hope it helped, and I'm really looking forward to working with you. So that's great. So that's it. It's a wrap, guys. Hopefully that has been helpful. If you're watching this on repeat, please just add your comments. ask any questions. And I want to stress how important it is for us to get everyone involved, engaging in the group. Please don't feel like we're the only ones who post. If you have any questions, any suggestions, anything you want to see from this group, anything you want to get from this group, anything from this video, any support from us, just post in the group. Anything, landing page, funnels, e-com, advertorials, pre-sales, stores, websites, anything based around conversions and making you guys more money, post it in the group. If we can't help, I'm sure one of the other 700 plus amazing members can. And really hope it's helped, and have a great rest of your day or evening wherever you are in the world. Thanks, guys. See you soon.